in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. You know, in many homes today, parents are letting video games raise their children. They're allowing the TV to raise their children. And as long as their children don't bug them and they can set something in front of them for them to watch and not have to personally engage with their own children, to teach them, to tell them the truth, to teach them precepts, they'll do anything they can not to have to babysit their children. They even have tablets now that automatically turn off so the children will not have to hear from their parents to get off the tablet and to stop playing on the internet. And today I'm speaking to you parents. You need to take your responsibility and walk in a way that is right before your children and teach them the right things, not to lie, not to cheat, not to steal. You need to teach them the Ten Commandments so that they'll know. You can call in on this show at 561-623-9429. And I'd like to hear from some people out there that are fired up today, as I am, about these issues, especially you Christians sitting in your pews of your churches and doing nothing week to week. It is wrong, and I need to draw attention to it. It is an injustice. It is my ultimate injustice to see people who know better doing nothing. Moving on. Let's touch on the area of abortion here in the United States. You know, this whole abortion debate came about by the Roe versus Wade decision, and the whole thing is that, you know, we should have safe and legal abortions and that these things should be done so that women are safe. Well, what about those little babies that are being killed out there? What about these children that are being torn apart in the womb? What about these abortion doctors that are letting them be born alive and letting them killed? You know, there's a philosophy in Europe right now that you can kill a child up until the age of 5 years old. You can kill that child up until the age of 5 if that child is unwanted or you can't provide a good lifestyle for them. And that is out there. It is real. It is happening today. People are sacrificing their children and killing their children and disposing of them. And my niece drew to my attention an article the other day about a game show in Afghanistan where they give away babies on this game show. And the reason they've even got these babies is because people are throwing their babies in the trash. They're throwing them out into the streets. And this is happening in Afghanistan today. And these children, they're finding them mauled by animals, killed by animals on the street. They're finding them in the trash. This is an absolute injustice. And all the human rights agencies and the NGOs should be in those countries and trying to prevent this abuse. There are no adoption laws in Afghanistan and a lot of these other countries, and I call to the leadership of Afghanistan to do something about this and meet the needs of these little children that are being thrown into the trash. So that's my tirade on abortion this morning, at least part of it. Now I want to talk about criminals, illegal immigrants being employed by criminal employers. And there is one reason we have an illegal immigration problem within the United States, and it is this, that they come to this country because criminals will employ them. And there are jobs, millions of jobs out there for illegal aliens, and they know it. And they can come into this country and make more money than they ever dreamed possible and send it back to their people in their homes and in their villages back where they live in South America and other countries of the world, India, Pakistan, China, wherever they're coming from illegally to get into this country. They're sending money back and trying to get more and more of their relatives here. There's laws that are being drafted right now in our Congress where they're trying to make this now legal, that they're trying to bring these people in this country legally. It is wrong. If you're in this country illegally, you need to get out. You need to get your family and get out if you are here illegally. I know that's not a popular message, and you might think I'm being harsh or wrong and that Jesus would, reach out to them and just tell them there's not a problem. You're just being oppressed. If you came here under a lie, under a false pretext, you're living a lie. You've assumed someone else's name. You've lied on your I-9 forms and obtained employment, and you're trying to eke out a living in this country and as a basic slave of these illegal employers. Why aren't the government officials crying out against the illegal employers? All I hear is about illegal immigrants. What does it do to beat the people who are being enticed here by illegal employers if you don't deal with the illegal employers? Every once in a while we'll get a story that pops up about 7-Eleven with 7 different people, or maybe 50 people that came into the country illegally and are being abused. But what about these huge corporations who they have meat inspectors coming into these plants, and there's thousands of workers there, and they don't check their documentation. They don't do anything to make sure that their I-9 forms are correct. And the president, through edict, he's not even working through law. Now, I respect the president. Do not get me wrong. I do not want to speak evil of him, but he is ruling through edict. He is not using the Constitution of the United States. Many things that he is doing right now will be overturned by the courts, hopefully, if they are honest and that they abide by our Constitution and aren't revisionists, that they truly judge rightly with regard to these things. So where is the outcry? Where are the public officials? Where are the governors of these states when it comes to illegal employers of illegal immigrants? Why are grants being given to these companies to employ illegal immigrants? If you give a government contract to an employer that's employing illegal immigrants, you are acting absolutely in an immoral way with regard. And it's a lie. You're telling a lie to the people of this country, and you're giving their money to people who are abusing our systems. Another thing I'd like you to know about illegal immigrant workers is that they're being abused. You can go onto YouTube and look up immigrant farm workers face sexual abuse. That's immigrant farm workers face sexual abuse. And you can look at this video of these poor women who go into work for these companies, and it's not even the people that own these companies that are abusing them, but the overseers that they allow to manage these companies basically tell these women that they have to have sex with them, and there's no recourse for them. They can't go to the law. They can't go to anybody and report this abuse. Their only choice is either to leave or to submit to the sexual exploitation. And you think this is right within our country? You supporters of illegal immigration, of bringing people on that are illegal through some other means. Our Constitution forbids that any people come on into our country through any other means, that there should be a uniform law of immigration. And this illegal immigration that's trying to be made legal is a slap in the face to every man, woman, and child who came here through the legal processes of immigration of our country. Moving on. I want to talk about injustice to children and lies that are being told to children. In this past week, a law was introduced in California. I can't remember the exact city, but I know it's true in Los Angeles and San Francisco, that they are allowing transgendered children. Now get this, transgendered children. These are children who are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, who are being allowed to live transgendered lives. Where I wonder where they came up with this at. I wonder what's being modeled in front of them. But here's the real foolishness that's going on out there right now, and across our nation, actually. This is being advocated by, idiots in academia who say this is correct, and medical officials and doctors who believe that this is correct behavior, that are saying that these children can lead transgendered life. Well, let me tell you what. they're introducing laws and have introduced, and some of them are on the books right now, where children can now choose their own bathroom that they want to go to. If they're a girl, they can go to the boys' room. If they're a boy, they can go to the girls' room, because it is, their choice, because they are transgendered, and they're making laws. That's right, laws that allow these children to do this. Well, let me tell you what. I don't care if your little girl thinks she's a boy or your little boy thinks he's a girl. When they get around 12, 13 years old, they also have the right to choose which shower room and which bathrooms they are, and gym locker rooms they want to go into. And let me tell you what, you have your little girl get undressed and hop in the showers with all the little boys, and you're going to have a major problem on your hands. And then everybody will be screaming abuse and bullying and all these types of things that are popular in today's society. It is wrong. If you can picture that in your mind of a little child jumping in with the opposite sex into a shower at those ages, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old at school, and most of these showers are open, and this is actually happening. There are people pulling their children out of schools because of these laws that are being written, and this is happening in your country right now, today. Okay, I'd like to take a few moments for a commercial interruption. If you'd like to come alongside the show and address these issues to the 4.5 million listeners of this station, mostly in 195 countries, please contact me at humanrightsandjusticeforall@gmail.com, or you can call me at 315-744-0007. That number again is 315-744-0007. We need your support to continue this ministry on the air. I have a large amount of money that's due coming within a few weeks, and I need your help. I need you to come alongside, and no gift is too small. If you'd like to, you can contact me at any of these Human Rights and Justice for All, or 315-744-0007, and I will let you know how you can give to the show. Also, I am in need of a headset microphone, the type with a microphone on the end of the wand that comes around your face. There is an ME3 EW headset microphone on Amazon.com. That's an ME3 EW headset microphone I need for the show. If you would, I would appreciate someone coming alongside and helping with that. I believe this is a valid ministry and is reaching people where they live. Okay, next thing I want to go to is back to the gang violence and the music that are being portrayed, that are being even brought into the White House, using the N-word, using the F-word in the White House, and being condoned by the leadership of our country. This is wrong, and it needs to stop. If you would have told me that Harry Truman, President Ronald Reagan, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln would have allowed someone to come into the White House and use the F word and the N word, they would have, 20, 30 years ago, they would have said there's no way that could ever happen. It's happening now, and it needs to be addressed. And those who are allowing it to happen need to stop it. And I know that the President of the United States uses his daughters, Sasha and Malia, over and over again when he decides to, by edict, change a law. He presents no law. He just says, we're not going to deport illegal aliens. We're not going to do this and that anymore. That we're now going to increase food stamps. Well, there's no law. He's just saying it by edict, and they're increasing. So these types of things are going on, and they're using their children as justification. And someday, sir, you will be judged by history. They will go back and look at what you did, and they will see Chicago style of leadership and of rule in this nation. that was during your presidency a